Hi everybody. So today's an exciting time. I don't want to, burst the bubble or ruin the surprise of what 2020 has in store. But it's the festive season, we're wrapping up the year, and there's a lot of conversations that need to happen, and a year really isn't enough. So welcome to the first segment of what we're going to call On The Real with Muzi. It took me a bit of a minute to think of the name because I didn't want to be boxed in a particular bubble, that doesn't allow me to explore as many things that we need to explore and converse about as human beings. So I'm very excited for this, and I'm glad some of you guys are a part of the journey. I'm hoping many more will come and join me, and we can have a lot of conversations that are real, about our current reality, about different things that affect us as human beings, but also about different things that we can do to kind of deal with it, to kind of protect ourselves from whatever is happening in society. So there's going to be interesting people who are going to join me on the couch. We're going to have interesting conversations. But my channel is not just going to be about beauty, so expect a lot more tutorials, but also a lot more activity, and a lot more craziness. But today's segment is someone that I'm really excited about. I know a lot of you guys, especially my Instagram followers and my Twitter followers, are aware that a few months ago, I think it was July or August, I started an exciting journey to perfect my skin. The medical aesthetics field to see what we can do to help me reach my optimum level of beauty or my optimum level of confidence and contentment. So I had an angel who's Dr. ZINHLE, BUTHELEZI, the MD of NDALO Aesthetics, and we started an incredible journey that we're going to be speaking about today. I think in the climate of beauty it's important because now we're not literally trusting makeup and putting on faces every single day. And that means we need to kind of work with our bodies to make sure that we're confident, we're content, and we're comfortable to leave our houses or our apartments without wearing a face, but we're still ready to embrace and face the world. So today we're going to be speaking about the world of aesthetics, and I actually did a bit of research to find the best way that I can describe or define the world of medical aesthetics so everybody understands. Obviously Dr. Z is going to break it down a bit more, but just from my side, part of the introduction, what I learned the most is that medical aesthetics is a new age phenomenon that's about to take over. I think it also currently is taking over, but it is an extensively broad term for specialities in improving cosmetic appearance of a particular individual through treatment of conditions from your skin, your face, and your body. And that for me is something that's exciting. It's not just about your face, it's about evening out your whole body and making sure that holistically you look amazing. Holistically you've got the glow, you've got the radiance, and that's all things that we as men and women need to do to make sure that we're ready to face the world. Glow is very important. We saw it increase in 2019, and I can only imagine the level of glow and radiance we're going to have in 2020. So joining me on the couch is going to be Dr. Z BUTHELEZI, who is going to break down this incredible industry for us. Guys, what I'll be doing is I'm really going to treat this like our own talk show, and we've got Instagram TV, guys, we've got so many portals, and a lot more people in this current day and age aren't really focused on watching TV. I mean, we're all such. So before we go any further, I think let's get to know Dr. Z. I call her Dr. Z because I feel like that's so cute, and that is her personal handle on Instagram, but she's Dr. Z, or ZINHLE BUTHELEZI, the MD of NDALO Aesthetics, but she'll tell us more.
Alright, yeah, so as you said, I am ZINHLE BUTHELEZI. I hail all the way from the Joburg area, but now I've settled in beautiful Pietermaritzburg, and have started this aesthetic medical practice, which is NDALO Health and Wellness. And basically, what aesthetics is, and you touched on it, basically, it's a very broad term. You've got your, what we might call general practitioners practicing it. We've got, it's got its place in plastic surgery, it's got its place in dermatology as well. But basically what it is that it is minimally invasive procedures. So we are trying to cut down on downtime. You want to be able to have something done but not be out of commission for months. We're cutting down on pain. we're cutting down on the invasiveness of something. So trying to almost harness what you already have and sort of optimize it. I like to think of it as me helping you be the best version of yourself. So not, you know, drawing something as a standard, you know, looking at someone in media and saying, oh, that's the standard, but, you know, looking at Muzi, looking at ZINHLE and saying, you know, how can ZINHLE look the best for herself, you know? And so it also takes away that, you know, that we know that the standards of beauty are changing, you know, and so it's sort of, the mindset is not to be beautiful, to be the best you that you can be, you know, naturally, and
with the aid of
exactly.
Okay, so 2019, I think holistically for a lot of people wasn't a good year. It wasn't a good year in terms of in the profession. It wasn't a good year financially. It wasn't a good year, you know, mentally, emotionally. We saw more conversations about mental health. That's something that it's a journey that I went through, you know, and I was very public and open about that journey. But I think one of the major highlights for me is how I've embarked on a journey that's given me back the confidence and the contentment that I used to have with my skin when I was 21 to 23. You know, particularly as a makeup artist, there are different things that I'm now aware of. So I was chilling at home and I had an interesting inbox. And now this inbox for me was an exciting inbox because obviously with all my colleagues, it's an industry that we've spoken about a lot. You know, wearing makeup every single day, wearing makeup for 12 hours, coming home, waking up in 4 hours, only to go back on set, shoot, and it's a full face. So your body is internally exhausted, but you start seeing the after effects of exhaustion on your face. So I was really excited to get that DM and I jumped on it. I think I responded immediately and we went over to WhatsApp, and I think the next day I came to NDALO Aesthetics. It's been a journey, but like, take me back to where you were a few months back, and to what kind of led you to want to start working with somebody who can, I think,
I think definitely this industry makes the use of influencers a lot. And I don't think it has anything to do with the vanity of the celebrity or the thirst for fame on the doctor's side. I think it has to do with the fact that people are definitely looking at celebrities, and so it makes them a very a prime sort of conduit, or like a vehicle to educate people about. And so for me, going into medical aesthetics, it was always just like a difficulty because, like, you know, people would say to you, but you know, a large majority of aesthetic users are European or white, you know. Do you really, I mean, that's not really a place, like, white people don't really go to black doctors, and you know, and which is not true, which is absolutely not true. I think people relate to the bedside manner of a person and just the warmth and the ease of the flow of information. I think it has nothing to do with one's race. But besides that, I was like, you know, I get that, but I also want to be an aesthetic doctor for people that look like me. I have concerns.
But also it's time. It's time for you. It's time for us, me, to be the target market, especially for this industry. Because I mean, there's been a lot of myths and a lot of you know, social talk that has crippled us as the African or the different ethnic groups. Because I mean, we're taught black don't crack. You know, so that's a hashtag that I think has made people, has given people kind of a misplaced confidence
and an insecurity as well for those people where it is cracking. It's like, what's wrong with me?
You know, but also it's just in terms of educating a black person about their holistic body. So yes, we've got melanin. Yes, we've got things that we're born with naturally that kind of you know, are anti-aging you know, elements within us. But there's things. It's like coffee. You know, coffee is meant to energize you, but you can't just go to a coffee jar and have a teaspoon of coffee and eat it directly. You know, there's other elements that are important into it, and there's other things that coffee has different effects on you with. So I think as much as black don't crack, but there is now definitely different elements that we can, you know, consult or look into that's going to allow that even though we're not going to be cracking, where come 50, come 60, we don't need to look like we are climbing the ladder that leads up to cracking.
Yeah, and I you know, particularly for me, my start in aesthetics was definitely with weight. You know, that's a problem for so many of us. It wasn't enough for me to tell people now, just lose weight. You know, like I was like, okay, so I'm telling them to lose weight, but how? You know, but how? Yeah, and so my introduction was definitely with weight, and so I started looking into weight loss programs, laser lipo, and you know, sort of going into that, you know, and then it moves on to skin. You know, it's not enough to say to a person, well, you know, we've healed your acne, guess you're gonna have to deal with the scars, you know, and so there are things that I can do for people beyond what I was even doing. Yes.
For us to break free from or free ourselves from. But I think the only way we really can do it is about educating our family members and educating the adults. And this isn't just about medical aesthetics. I think it happens in all facets of our lives and influences in our lives. So that our parents, maybe our older siblings, our aunts and uncles, aren't aware of New Age anything. And they don't want to be a part of New Age anything. So I think what I want to know closing off is what more is needed from us as individuals to assist, you know, medical people who are working in the aesthetics field in terms of breaking free, breaking the change, breaking the stigma, and also getting our parents to be understanding that we're not changing who we are, so we're not literally, you know, becoming a different person. It's just enhancing whatever we have naturally.
I think openness is very important. Openness to accepting the different shapes, sizes, colors, you know, that the standard is changing. I say that not everybody that has something done is doing it because they're unhappy about the way they look right now. They want that. You know, it's just like, you know, it's like saying, you know, you're getting engaged, why didn't you get a ring from X shop versus Y shop? I want that. I want that, and I want it now. It's not just him, I want it forever, you know. And so it's and so also embarking. I think our parents definitely have that concern about it being embarked into maturely, and I think that's where you need the assistance of a practitioner to sort of say, you know, to weigh the pros and the cons, the risks and the benefits.
Just to inform you more.
Yeah, to inform you more. And so I think really the word for me, the key word for me is just openness and education.
There is so much more we're going to speak about with Dr. Z, but I think to end off this segment, I think that the most important thing is just understanding that there's freedom of opinion, and that's something that we have as South Africa, as a nation. But also, I think what we need to pair freedom of opinion with is respecting another person's opinion and respecting another person's choice, and just understanding that as much as you may disagree with a particular thing that human beings do, you disagree with it, and you can voice out your own opinions on your own particular platforms. That's okay. But now when you're going to inflict and enforce your opinions onto somebody else who they're not you. So I think one of the things that we're missing a lot in our current climate is respect. But we're going to break down Dr. Z a bit more, and we'll tell you more about our journey before we get to the goods of what's next.
We've got all those
the blood.
Yeah.